Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Adam, how's it going?
It's going great, Steven. How are you guys?
Can't complain. Did you get any snow in DC?
Yeah, we had some light dusting, but it was barely anything.
Yeah, we had. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know, and maybe Chike and Philly maybe a little better. I know the
I'm sure
news made
Chike got
this.
it.
Okay, good,
Oh
because
yeah, I got it.
the news made it seem like this was the end of the world, and we got like hardly anything in DC. So I'm, good to hear that they weren't over exaggerating.
But the crazy thing, I go grocery shopping now twice a week, and so I'll go on Fridays because maybe people aren't in there. So I was just getting things. Usually last me like the first part of the week,
Mhm.
and then it snowed. I said, "Good thing I already went to the grocery store."
Oh yeah, people love to panic buy.
Because here, one flurry and the stores are back.
Exactly.
Well, listen, I'll let y'all take it away with movie reviews. Go ahead.
Sure thing. So I saw a movie, and actually, I got inspired to watch it from your Instagram, Chike, but it was The Fallout. This is a
Mhm.
new movie on HBO Max, and it follows the story of this young girl who survives a class shooting at her high school. She's hiding in the bathroom when this goes on, and the trauma that is involved in her life after this happens. And it stars pretty much most unknowns, no one that I recognized.
I think Julie Bowen is the only familiar
Mhm.
character. She's the mom from Modern Family.
Exactly, yeah, she was the
Yeah.
only one that I did recognize, but we got a lot of new talent in this movie,
Hmm.
and it was really good. I was very impressed by it. It's definitely a heavy movie to watch. The subject matter is it was difficult to watch, especially sitting there and watching and listening to the school shooting scene. It was just
Hmm.
there was a lot of heaviness to it. It's very intense, and it does a great job of what I would imagine this, how people experience this and what goes on to the people who are involved in what is becoming a more common occurrence of school shootings and how their lives are affected and everything like that. So I definitely recommend this. Again, it's not a light watching movie. This is going to be pretty intense, but I think it's a new director as well. I think this is a great film. It's doing a great job, and it really kind of gives you a good story that we don't see too much of.
Yeah, I mean, they say that you and I are harsh on movies, but um, I'm gonna say the Fallout movie was pretty damn near perfect. The
Hmm.
the storyline was solid. It pulled you into that world, and it also put a face on silent trauma. It
Hmm.
put a face to it, and just in simple the simpleness of her denying that anything was wrong, and then
Hmm.
the whole time she doesn't know that she's in trauma. It was just beautifully done. It was well done,
Yep.
and I recommend it along with Adam.
Yeah,
Yes,
and just to add into that, it was well shot too, right? Like the
yes,
way they set up
yes.
the scenes, the way they
Uh-huh.
framed everything. Again, this was,
Hmm.
yeah, it hit high marks pretty much all around.
Yeah. So definitely check that one out.
Hmm.
Did you see anything else?
No, that was it for me. That's all I had a chance
Okay.
to watch this weekend.
Oh, since I was snowed in, I saw quite a few things. Uh, I watched the last duel, with it's Matt Damon, Adam Driver, Ben Affleck, and Jodie Comer. This movie takes place in the 1300s, and it's basically around the ideology that was in the land during that time. And there's an incident that happens where there's an adultery moment that happens, and there's a story of rape, or was it not rape? And they go down the litany list of how women really don't have rights, and the rights that women didn't have back then. And then where we are in our society now, and to look back at that and compare it to now, it put everything in perspective for that time period and what was happening. And basically, the man has to fight for the honor of his wife in a duel to the death.
Hmm.
But that's further into the film. The film builds up to that moment, but that is the basic principle. And when you hear the dialogue and how people lived during that time and what was expected of a husband, what was expected of the community, what was expected of the king, it was crazy. Like one example, it was a child cannot be born between a man and a woman unless you have pleasure after. You have to, the man and the woman both have to have pleasure in order for there to be a child. So therefore, rape could not produce. Huh?
I don't see the problem. Go ahead.
You don't see the problem with what?
He's trying to be funny.
But rape could not produce a child because there's no pleasure in rape. That was a real belief. And so like you have to watch it. It's really, really interesting. And I have to add that Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, their pen game is severe. They wrote this movie and they produced this movie. And you know, first time out the box, those two won an Oscar. Right? I think this movie, based on the subject matter and how it's written, it's probably going to be a contender. It kind of snuck in there. It wasn't a lot of fanfare about it, but this is a really, really good movie. Well acted. Check it out.
Yeah, it bombed at the box office when it came out last October, and I was aware of it, but I never got around to watching it. And it's not just having Matt Damon and Ben Affleck kind of helming the writing, but also Ridley Scott.
Oh my God, Ridley Scott
directed it. So
legend.
It hits a lot of high marks, but yeah, from what it is one of those like kind of sleepers that are going to come in because no one really watched it when it was out. So this is the chance for everyone to kind of catch up on it.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's powerful. So I'm going to say this. Stephen, you're here to help me talk about this one. Okay. I don't know if you saw Super Turn. Did you see Super Turn? You didn't see Super Turn. Okay. So the reputation on the streets is that myself and Adam are harsh on movies. Yes. So you said yes?
Yes.
Steven's the opposite.
Right. Everything's great. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, but we've gotten feedback that we're really harsh on movies. So Mr. Man Robinson, before I even get into your movie, I'm going to give you high marks for sending the reviewer your request for me to review your movie as harsh as we are. So now, Adam, we're getting emails.
Oh, awesome.
Requesting for us to review movies. So Mr. Man Robinson created Mr. Man Robinson created Super Turn, and he sent in an email and he wanted me to review his movie. And it's now streaming on Tubi. Soon to be, I saw a poster, soon to be on Amazon Prime. So I watched Super Turn. Super Turn stars Mr. Harry Lennox, Mr. Jamal Willard. If you don't know who he is, he was Biggie in Notorious movie, and Miss Tori Hart. So Super Turn is basically a story about a man trying to reclaim his life after being incarcerated. But there are some things that are going on like during his incarceration, and he's trying to connect with his son and keep a relationship solid with his son, which his ex-girlfriend is taking care of outside of jail for him. That is not her child, it's just his child, and she's taking care. His mother lost custody and she's out in the streets and she wants him dead. So he has all these things going on as he's trying to come out of jail and resume his life and get his son. Storyline is A+. The movie was good. The only issue that I have, Mr. Man Robinson, is that some of the wardrobe stuff. And not that that's major, but it can be major. You had an awesome story. You have an awesome movie. I like the way it was shot. The color looks good. The sound was great. Couple things with the wardrobe. That's my only issue. I give you a B+ for your movie. I applaud you for sending. What you said?
That's not bad.
I don't think so. It was a pretty good movie. I really, really love the storyline. I like the fact that you took a real story, which happens in real life, and you brought it to the screen. I appreciate that. And I encourage you to do more. I love indie work. I love indie anything. Just keep plugging at it, brother. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's all I have. Do you any of you guys watch Euphoria? Anybody see Euphoria last night?
Yes, I was talking about Euphoria.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. Let's talk about the Janet Jackson documentary first.
Okay, go
I know
ahead.
we talked about it in Hot Topics, but I just want to say, 5 minutes in, I don't know about you, Stephen, when Janet saw what she saw and she had that emotional reaction, she made me
Yeah,
have an emotional reaction.
yeah.
I was like, 5 minutes in, Janet, you gonna make me cry? Like, really? This is what we doing?
And I saw that on Twitter, what she was looking at, and I
Yeah,
screenshot it. So I was like,
yeah.
the internet
That
moves
is
fast.
awesome.
They move
Awesome.
fast. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that the documentary was awesome. I know I mentioned it before. I thought it was a reality show slash documentary slash biography. It was awesome. I can't say that I really learned anything new that I didn't know. I I applaud her for being open and forthright.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, a friend to the show, um, DJ Active is her DJ. So we're one person, apart from each other. I always felt a kinness to Janet Jackson because she's a Taurus like me. So I kind of understand her mindset. So yeah, I definitely, if you haven't seen it, check it out. At least now you have the luxury of watching it straight through when it's playing, as
Right.
opposed to the
All those
break in the day.
commercials.
Yeah, a lot of commercials, but it was really, really good. So
It was.
definitely check it out.
Yeah.
And that's all I have. Oh, Euphoria.
Mhm.
Euphoria. Talk about it.
Well, so I watched one episode in season 1. I think it was 1. It was so depressing. I was like, okay. And so my niece and her best friend were in town a couple weeks ago for her birthday. And so they wanted to watch it. I guess they had missed the latest episode. So they were watching it. They're 20 and 24, both of them. So they were watching it and they were, oh, this show is so great. And I was like, well, it's depressing to me, the episode I saw. It's really good, Uncle Steve. They both call me Uncle Steve. So I was bored one night or whatever, and I put it on. I put it on season 2, episode 1. This show was good. It was really good. But one of the other reasons why I watched is because apparently Dare, remember the anti-drug for kids? They're being very critical of the show, saying it's praising drug use for teenagers, which it definitely does not do that.
It definitely does not do that. It definitely doesn't do that. But since Dare is there, that this is what the kids are doing now. It's not like it's glamorizing it. This is reality. Kids are using drugs like this.
They said Dare's trying to make a comeback. And they said apparently Dare wasn't that successful because all these weed smokers we have now. But yeah. I'm just saying. Yeah, I think it's really good. I think it's. I mean, the one thing I will say, they show a lot of nudity and a lot of. But I saw on the news the other day on CBS Mornings that the rise in full frontal nudity by men have gone up. Like, yes, I guess to make it level out with the women, but they're allowing the men to use a lot of prosthetics. But yeah, I was thinking every scene you see, they're like,
I've noticed that now. But HBO in general, because and just like that, they show full frontals too.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
It's HBO.
So yeah, it's HBO, man.
Yeah.
But definitely check out Euphoria. I think it's a strong show, it's forcing you to see certain subject matters in the light, like drug use and sexuality amongst teenagers.
And even the mother being what's her name, the main character?
Rue.
Her mother is so oblivious to the fact the girl's still doing drugs. She's doing really well. Yeah, she's getting high every day.
Spoiler alert, put it on mute or look away, whatever. I said the same thing, Stephen, when she pulled that whole suitcase of drugs from under
and brought the right bed. What's that?
I was like, your mom doesn't check your room? If I had a child that was a drug addict, I would be in your room spot checking.
Right. Her
Like we was
sister's
in
more in
prison.
tune.
Spot check, flashlight.
Mm-hmm. Well, real quick, I want to talk about what I've been watching. So I watched last night this movie with featuring Omari Hardwick. It's called Spell. It's on Hulu and it came out in 2020, and it's about this. And Loretta Devine's in there as well. She
We reviewed that on your show.
Did y'all?
Horror movie, yeah.
Oh, that was crazy. Well, watch that. It was good. It was just weird. And then I watched a movie called 4 Days Good. Did y'all see that one?
No.
So this is starring Glenn Close and Mila Kunis.
Yep.
And so that's mother-daughter. And the daughter, she's been kind of ostracized from the house because she has a really bad drug addiction. And so, she keeps showing up at the house, but she's just here and there. She has kids, but they're not being raised by her, they're raised by the father. Anyway, so, she comes to the house, her mom's not letting her in, and she has a stepfather, at this point with Glenn Close's husband on the show. Anyway, so she overdoses or something. So they take her to, she overdoses. This is like her 15th overdose since she started drugs. Apparently she had to take opioids as a teenager for a fall or something she had or an accident she had. And that's how she got hooked. But anyway, they say that if she can stay clean for a weekend, they can give her this shot that will help her manage the addiction. And so she begs her mom, can I stay here? And her mom she's seen it so many times where she's promised to get clean, but then she'll steal stuff from the house. She stole the mom's engagement ring. She's just, so her mom she has that hope in her that she'll get right, but she just heard it and seen it all before. And so the question is, can she stay clean throughout this time? Because the girl is fiending for drugs, but she really wants this shot. And so they get right to where she's about to get shot, and the appointment gets delayed 2 more days. And the girl's like, listen, I can't do this anymore. I am, but it's very interesting to see that dynamic and to see what happens in the end. And Glenn has to make a very hard decision at the end of the movie. And it's kind of a mother trying to do best for their child, not knowing the drug world, not knowing addiction, but knowing what her daughter and what decision she makes and did she do the right thing. But you have to watch it to see. All right. So that's that.
Can I just add, I think we should just have a whole series where Steven describes a movie he watched from beginning to end, because it's fine, but I was just entertained by you're going off on this direction and that direction.
Because this is what
y'all
do.
Fine. I was entertained. That's all I'm trying to say. I said, we'll just have Steven describes a movie he watched, and that should just be your daily TikTok.
Whatever. So then there's another movie on Hulu. I just got my Hulu account back. I told y'all, so now I'm catching up. But there's this movie called Run, and the mom, she plays, her mom. Sarah Paulson. Just the mom.
Oh, Sarah Paulson's a beast.
Yes, I love her. And so she is the mother of a 17-year-old who has a lot of medical health issues. And she can't walk. She's wheelchair bound. She has asthma. She has diabetes and something else. Oh, rashes on her body. And so, but she's very capable. Her mom she's very capable. She gets up on her own. She homeschools, but she gets up on her own. She goes to the bathroom, gets herself started. She's very smart. And so, she takes her pills in the morning, takes them at lunch, and then her mom brings her one more right before she goes to bed. So one day her mom, she's also a substitute teacher sometimes. It's just them two. And so she went grocery shopping, and the girl runs to the grocery bag to get chocolate because she had asked her mom to bring her home some chocolate. Now the girl didn't have a cell phone, and they have a family computer. And so, because she mentions when she's doing the science fair that I would know this if I had an iPhone. Her mom kind of laughs about. Anyway, she goes to get the the chocolate and she sees a prescription and it has her mom's name on it. And she's just looking at it like, what's this for? And her mom comes and she throws it back in there and she can move that wheelchair. But anyway, so she gets skirts off. So her mom comes to her that night with a pill, her nightly pill, but it's a different one. And she said, well, they changed your pill. They think this won't be better for you. And she was like, well, why was your name on the bottle? She said, that wasn't my name. That was your name. No, she said, what's my name? She said, that's just what they put around the receipt on the bottle. She said, no, but it had your name on it. She said, no, it did not. That's the receipt. And her mom just walked off. Girl took the pill, whatever. But she really didn't take it. So she's trying to figure out, what is this pill? And so she does some investigative work. I won't say what she does. And she finds out the pill she's taking is actually for pets. And she asked the people that tell her what kind of pill it is, what would happen if an adult takes it? Oh, well, they won't be able to walk. So she finds out her mom has been poisoning her. And there's some other things that she finds out in this pursuit. But she's toying with, okay, what is my mom really doing to me? Am I really sick? Why am I stuck to this house? But you have to see how it plays out. But it's really, really good. Really, really good. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about, because we're running over, is I just started this one. I was told it was good. It's called The Woman in the House Across the Street from the Girl in the Window.
Oh, Kristen Bell? Yeah.
Came out this year, and it stars, what's her name?
Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell. And she's an alcoholic. She lost her daughter. And drinks wine all day long, pretty much.
I saw the first episode of that this morning.
Yeah, so I'm on episode 4. And so I was told that it's a limited series, so it's not very long. And I was told the ending is really, really good. So we'll see. But I'm on episode 4. I was like,
it's a parody almost, right? It's like supposed to be kind of making fun of those Lifetime shows.
I don't think so. Is it, Chike?
Oh,
I didn't pick that up yet.
Yeah,
if it is.
Well, with the title, "The Woman in the House Across the Street," that sounds like one of those Lifetime movies of the girl on the train, or okay.
And I can't forget
a parody though.
Okay.
Can't forget Ozark is out.
Oh yeah.
And
everyone was talking about how good, season 4, I've been watched it. And so I went to turn it on and I was like, why I say season 1? I thought I watched more than season 1. So I turned that off on something else because I don't like watching 3.
Yeah. Season 4, it's going to be in 2 parts. I think I watched all of it in one day. It's that good. It's that good.
I've heard good things.
There's a lot of great stuff on these streaming networks as well as TV. So I'm going to do more reviews because apparently Adam thinks they're funny and that goes on.
Yeah. I can't wait till we set up this account. This is like, the stories that keep going on and on and on. You ever have one of those friends
my mom would say, when I told my mom stories when I was a kid, tell the short version.
That's what we need. We need the short version. That's your TikTok account, the long version.
The long version. Well, listen, guys, thank you as always for letting us know what to spend our time and money on, what not to. Have a great week. We'll see you again next week.
All right, thanks.
All right, we'll be right back after this.